Hey traders, welcome to the recap video for Simpler Futures. And I'm going to walk you through step by step one of the tactics that we use every single day in the live chat room and how you can do this on your own. And if you are a silver or gold member who's not in the chat room with me, pay careful attention to the sequence that we set up these exhaustive trades with. And here's the first thing I want to tell you. The trade that I'm about to show you, the setup that I'm about to show you, has what's known as a 24-hour shelf life, which means that once you've set this trade up and you've crunched the numbers, no matter what time of day you've done it, it's good until 5 p.m. Eastern of that day. It's good for that one candle. It's good going into what's known as the 5 p.m. New York fix. So if you set this up at 6 in the morning, it's good until 5 p.m. that day Eastern. If you set this up at 4:45 in the afternoon, it's good till 5 p.m. Eastern that day, and then that's it. So that's the big part. All right, now how do you do it, and what is it? The how is using the price movement ranges. And this is a tool that we use. It's a free tool that we use daily in the chat room. And what it is, and this is the best way I know to describe it. It's as if I filled your car's gas can up, and then I said, go ahead and drive. I don't know if you're going to head north, east, south, west, or some combination of. You can be going in circles, doesn't matter. But I know, give or take, that you're going to get X miles to the tank, right? And that's what price movement ranges are. They're not directional indications of where the market is going to go. It's really more about a range of how much the market could go up or down. So every day, I can look at the day of the week, I can look at the calendar and get an idea of what we historically do for that day. And I can furthermore even understand what we typically do on the upper end of the week. So if I've got a pretty sedate day on a Tuesday without a lot of economic indicators, you know, looking at maybe about 11.5 to 13.25 points for gold is fine. This is what we get most often on a Tuesday. I can look at the calendar and get an idea that this is probably the range we're going to move within. So we start our chats at 8 a.m. Actually, we're thinking about starting them at 7:30, by the way, to cover a little bit more of the post-Asian currency and pre-market with the NASDAQ, S&P, and the Dow, even gold. But what I do is look at the current candle during that time of day between 8 and 9:20 Eastern. And the high that we had at the time was 1321. So you write down 1321. And what we're trying to do is project the range low. So I take 1321 and I subtract anywhere from that 11.5 to 13.25. And that gave us today a range of 1308 to about 1310. And we looked at 1309.5. And that was actually literally what we put in the notes for the chat. And I make those notes, send them out via SMS through the alert platform we have with the online app. And everyone can watch the numbers that I'm looking for and why. So 1309.5. I didn't guess at that number. It was a function of the historical price movement ranges and projecting a range extreme low. Today's low is 1309.5. You know, we did something yesterday. It's 2 days in a row now. We did the same thing with the Dow at 25,210. Look at the high, calculate the range extreme low, and leave a limit order to buy out there. And that's exactly what we did. So what's the sequence? Remember, this trade is good until 5 p.m. Eastern. If it doesn't fill, cancel the order, and we will recalculate into the next candle, preferably going into the U.S. session. You take the range extreme levels that are applicable for that day and for the amount of volatility we anticipate based upon the economic calendar, which is where we crunched 11.5 to 13.25. You get the two levels, you look at what the potential lows could be, and then you pick the level at which you want to park your limit order to buy. And then you wait to see if the market comes to you. 2 days in a row. Yesterday's example was the Dow, today's gold, and that's how we do it. See you in the next update.